You're watching the Bloomberg Law Bankruptcy Review. I'm Lee Pacquiao. I'm joined now, as always, by Bloomberg News bankruptcy columnist Bill Rochelle. Be sure to go read his daily bankruptcy column, available on BloombergLaw.com, and it's also on the Bloomberg Terminal. Two really interesting items to go through today. We're going to start off by what might be my favorite case of the year, Digital Domain. It's the special effects company founded by movie director James Cameron. They also brought onto the world the Tupac Shakur hologram that was displayed at a concert, I believe, about 4 months ago. They filed for Chapter 11 in Southern District of New York, and they just got through a very, very quick sale. Bill, what do you make of such a quick sale? I think it was 10 days from filing to consummation.
Yeah, ain't nothing like that I've ever seen before. Good-sized company, at least in terms of the debt. And the debt, by the way, is a lot more, even the first lien secured debt, than what they sold it for. They marched into bankruptcy court, said, we need to sell this puppy in 10 days. The bankruptcy judge was originally reluctant, but went along because he was told that the movie companies were going to start pulling away their business. And indeed, they held an auction. The opening bid was $15 million. And by virtue of the fact that the ultimate sale price was more in the neighborhood of 36 or 37, wow, you would assume that that means it was a successful auction.
How do you do due diligence in such a short time frame? Especially, I mean, the people that bought it weren't even in the country. It's remarkable.
Well, that's right. Maybe it's a full price. Maybe it's not. We're never really going to know. The creditors committee filed a paper that was really kind of interesting. In it, the committee said it's possible that had there been a longer time to market the company, the price could have been higher. And I suppose this is a bit of a cautionary factor for anybody in the future who wants to try to do a significant sale in such a quick period of time. I mean, Lord of mercy, I hope that this does not become the standard, where people come into bankruptcy court with some kind of a sob story saying, listen here, we need to sell this thing before you can blink an eye. Problem is, in this case, the professionals who were advocating the quick sale are all very reliable people. But that can't always be the case. It might be in the next case that comes down the line with a quickie sale that there may have been some, shall we say, untoward events in the background that people may never know about. Because if you sell something really quickly, it's possible that you may be directing the sale to a favorite, or that there simply will not be time for responsible competing buyers to put together bids.
And Bill, before we leave this case, assuming the business stays the same and they continue to keep operations as they were, got to ask, which dead celebrity do you think they're going to reanimate in hologram form when they come back with their next update after Tupac Shakur?
Well, I tell you, he's not dead yet, at least not in the political sense. But I think there's a great future in politics. I think what they ought to do is have a hologram of Mitt Romney, because this way they could program him by computer and he wouldn't suffer from foot and mouth disease.
Not the answer I was expecting, but we'll accept it anyway. We also have news from the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. Judge Edith Jones is stepping down.
Yes.
What happened here?
Quite a surprise.
You reported on this.
Yes, I did. I think we were probably the first. I wish I did know why. She said that she has various family problems, and that has been the case with her, unfortunately, that are requiring her to step down early. She could have continued as Chief Judge of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit for about another 18 months, I think until the spring of 2014, but she is stepping down. This is important because the Fifth Circuit is one of the biggest circuits on earth, and it handles, in our little area, an awful lot of bankruptcy appeals because Texas is part of its territory, and there's a lot of bankruptcy that comes out of Texas. And the Fifth Circuit, along with the Seventh in Chicago and also the Third Circuit in Philadelphia and the Second Circuit in New York, are some of the most active when it comes to bankruptcy opinions. And she was a stalwart among the judges in the Fifth Circuit issuing and writing bankruptcy opinions. The mantle of Chief Judge is being taken over by Carl Stewart, who in some ways is a bit of a contrast to Judge Jones, where Jones is a Republican, or at least that's how she got on the bench. Judge Stewart was appointed to the bench in 1994 by President Bill Clinton. So I guess, politically speaking, it's a bit of a change. But one thing to keep in mind is a chief judge is merely the chief among equals. At the end of the day, each judge votes on cases the way she or he wants to, and there is a limit to what a chief judge can do. They are more than ceremonial. However, in some respects, being the chief judge is more trouble than it's worth. We wish Judge Jones well and assume and hope she stays on the bench for a long time. And I hope that Judge Stewart has a lot of fun being the chief, presiding over that bench of, I think it's 15 to 20 judges.
And of course, you were saying before that this Circuit Appeals Court hears a lot of death penalty cases as well.
That's exactly right, because there's so many death penalties handed down in the state of Texas. And by the way, on the 3rd of October, which is Wednesday, there will be a very important cross-border bankruptcy case argued in the Fifth Circuit. Judge Jones is not on the bench, nor is Judge Stewart, but the other leading bankruptcy judge from the Fifth Circuit, Carolyn Deneen King, will be sitting on that bench. And that is an opinion that we will be writing about. And actually, I think, good Lord willing, we'll also write a story about that oral argument. Because, as I said, it's the most important cross-border bankruptcy ever to happen. It involves Mexican glassmaker Vitro.
Vitro. Looking forward to it. Bill, thanks for that. That's Bloomberg News bankruptcy columnist Bill Rochelle. If you'd like to learn more about the cases and issues we just discussed, be sure to go read Bill's column. It's available on BloombergLaw.com and also on the Bloomberg Terminal. You can see more of our videos on YouTube, and you can follow our updates on Twitter. I'm Lee Packia. Thanks for watching.